What's the difference between fitness and health? Aren't they the same things? No, they aren't. And understanding that distinction can make a big difference when you start planning how to get into shape and lose weight. I'm Ron Davis, and this is Distinctions for Life, where I help you get what you really want in life with small changes that make a big difference. If you're trying to get something out of life and need help, well, you should hit that subscribe button. I've also created a bunch of articles on my site, distinctions that can make a big difference in your life. You can get them for free by going to distinctionsforlife.tv and clicking the toolbox button. Today's distinction was first taught to me in the book In Fitness and Health by Dr. Philip Maffetone. It isn't in print anymore, but you can find out relevant links to his stuff in the description. When we start thinking about getting healthy, we naturally think about getting into shape, hitting the gym, starting to run again. But those things are about getting fit, not being healthy. Matter of fact, if you aren't healthy, getting fit can be dangerous. That is why it is important to understand the difference between fitness and health. Health is characterized by a lack of disease and the proper functioning of all the systems of your body. Fitness is characterized by the ability to do physical work. You may be one of those people whose profession benefits from physical strength. Maybe you're a soldier for whom physical ability could be the difference between life and death, between victory and defeat, or a cop, firefighter, or medic, where it will make a big difference in your or someone else's survival. In the modern era, the word work is not associated with physical activity in our jobs. Physical fitness is now mostly about what is required to excel in an athletic pursuit. As a kid, I went to John Baker Elementary in Albuquerque, New Mexico. This school had recently been renamed for a former teacher. John Baker was a long-distance runner who tragically died of cancer. This was my first introduction to the idea that you could be fit like a long-distance runner, but not be healthy. Does it work the other way around? Can you be healthy and not fit? Absolutely. Matter of fact, most young people fall into this category. They are healthy, but left to their own devices, don't really do much. They pursue the minimum amount of sport that their schooling requires, but because they are young and healthy, they're generally okay. I mentioned earlier that we don't do much physical labor nowadays. So why is it that there's a gym on every corner and everyone is talking about working out, or that they should be working out? In most cases, the reason everyone wants to be fit is aesthetics. Fit people are naturally prettier. Or at least the attributes that we naturally attribute to attractiveness are marketed to us as the natural outcome of fitness. Leanness, a smaller set of measurements, a shape that looks good in a swimsuit. But if you hang around people who are professionally pretty, like I used to when I was a photographer of models, you discover that a lot of times those attributes come naturally. I remember one photo shoot in a Nevada desert where I was shooting two young models in bikini tops and jeans. I'd just taken a remarkable picture of one of the models midriff and shown it to her on the back of the camera. She turned to the other one and said, "Wow, imagine what we'd look like if we worked out and stuff." Which brings up a related distinction that a lot of the fitness industry is lying to you about. You don't lose weight in the gym. Really, matter of fact, if you're doing it right, you gain weight in the gym. Only in the most extreme cases, like Olympic swimmer Mark Phelps, can you burn enough calories to offset what you can easily eat. To quote Tim Ferriss, you lose weight in the kitchen and you gain muscle in the gym. So why should you go to the gym and build that muscle? Well, you can do it to look better. There's nothing wrong with aesthetics. The world is a better place when it is filled with beautiful things, and you should be one of them. Secondly, you can build muscle to excel in a sport that gives you joy. Sports and athletics have all kinds of positive impacts on our well-being. So go to the gym so that you can hit that ball better at the softball game. Lastly, you should go to the gym to contribute to your health in one of the ways that it can actually have an impact: injury prevention. A proper, well-balanced fitness program will make you stronger, more flexible, and less prone to injury. How many of you, like me, reached a certain age and started throwing your back out or hurting your knees doing simple things like leaning over or picking up a package off the porch? That is the result of being so unfit that you are vulnerable to injury. All right, now that I've discussed how and why you should get fit, what about health? There are lots of things that you have no control over. You could have a genetic condition that is passed down to you, and there's nothing you can do about that. Being exposed to a disease isn't something that you can change. But for most health-related problems that you do have control over, it comes down to what you're putting in your mouth. Inhaling or chewing tobacco, everyone understands, is horrible for your health. So stop doing that. In medicine, the science dedicated to improving health, there's this concept of dose. Lots and lots of substances are harmful in too large a dose, but helpful in proper ones. Most drugs are a matter of dose. Belladonna is a deadly poison, but in the right dose, it is a valuable anesthetic. Even substances that you absolutely require, like oxygen and water, will damage your health if overdosed. Substances like alcohol and refined sugar are a matter of dose. A little may relax you or make a pie sweet. Too much, and you will slowly destroy your life and your health. So watch the dose of things that go into your mouth. Question of the day: how do you want to change your health or your fitness? Leave an answer in the comments below. Thanks for watching today. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you want more, click on the subscribe button and visit the DFL Toolbox link in the description. This channel is all about helping you get what you really want in life with small changes that make a big difference. Until next time, watch your health and improve your fitness. In our modern era, the word work is not associated with the physical activity. I don't know why you're laughing, it's not funny. So why is there a gym on every corner and everyone is talking about how they should be working out? A proper balanced fitness program will make you stronger, more flexible, and less prone to energy.